Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Today I am bringing you shopping with me and giving a little bit of a haul in the rest of the video. But first, let's start with a little shopping at Office Depot. So I came to Office Depot to see if I could find the citrine planners, and before I get to the citrine planners, I did see some of the regular Happy Planner items for sale for $14.99. So I checked out that, and then I walked to the back and I found the citrine planners and I picked them up and they look lovely. I actually really do like these planners. I like the covers. They are $24.99 for the classic size, well, for the A5 size, and then $29.99 for the classic size. My Office Depot mostly had the twin loops and they had a few different options in the disc bound. So, I am going to go ahead and pick these up and look at the classic size and the A5. I like these planners. I really love the paper. I love the layouts. They're really great for a working professional. And I wish I could buy one and put it into my system. Unfortunately, I just don't have a place in my system for these planners, as lovely as they are. My system is pretty much already set and I just don't see where I could make it work. And trust me, I wish that I could, because the paper is absolutely lovely. I love the layouts. I've always loved a dashboard, and even though this is like half a dashboard, I still really like that. I really love the goal setting pages, the project planning pages, the one-page calendar. I could see this working for something, except I already have a system in place. And so I'm not going to buy it. If I bought it now, it would really just be buying it just to say I bought it. And I do like the A5 size. It would fit perfectly on my desk. These are lovely planners. Check them out at Office Depot. Give them a try if you are interested. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this one for $14.99, the horizontal, and put it in my system somewhere for 2026 because the cover is beautiful. All right, so before I leave, I have to point out that I ran across this Organized by Happy Planner planners. And guys, I don't know what Happy Planner is doing, but these planners are a hot mess. The binding is kind of funky. They are not lay flat binding. They're at the $9.99 price point, so I don't expect a ton, but this planner feels almost unusable to me. You cannot lay it flat. It's very difficult to write on, and the paper is so thin you can literally see through it. I really thought about buying one of these and doing a full flip through in my haul, but I didn't even want to waste my money. This is really a disappointment. Let me just go ahead and do a flip through in this store and just kind of show you what I'm talking about. Because of the binding style, it's really hard to open. The paper is so thin, it's see-through. This is just a no. I think this is a big miss from Happy Planner. And I'm really kind of disappointed to see this. I just had to point this out, but I could not take this home and do a slow flip through because I wasn't going to waste my money on that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the actual haul and talk about some of the things I've picked up recently. So today we have a haul that we're going to go through. Now, you've probably figured out by now that when I do my hauls, they are pretty much a combination of stores and a combination of types of product that I buy. And so that's what this is. Before I get into it, I just want to say again, please keep in mind that whenever I do my hauls, I am really trying to highlight deals and savings for you because I am a deal shopper. And I try to find the best that I can for the most affordable price, and I want to share that with you. Please always work within your budget and your needs and stay focused on that. So I just wanted to say that before we get into it. Okay, you have seen the lead into this video. You saw me doing a little bit of shopping, and I did buy a planner from my Office Depot trip, and we will go over that. But I do have some items from Amazon, from the Dollar Tree. I have some, as always, some planning items and some non-planning items. So we'll go right into it. Let us start with the planner. I actually got a couple of planners, so we're gonna start with all the planners, I guess. So we're gonna move some of this stuff over here. Okay, so the first thing, I have so much stuff right now, is you saw my entry video with Office Depot, and I decided to buy this purple planner. It is gorgeous. What is this planner called? It doesn't have a name. That's okay. But this is pretty much the planners or the layouts that they use at Office Depot. They have generally dashboard and horizontal and sometimes vertical, but the Office Depot Happy Planner planners always have these really nice poly covers, which I absolutely adore. I love these covers. And I like them probably better than the traditional Happy Planner covers. But because they have a poly cover, they're usually at a cheaper price point. These planners are regular price $19.99. I got this on sale at $14.99. You guys know purple is my color, is my favorite color. I could not pass it up. I could not pass it up. So let's take a look at it. I will be really transparent. Y'all, I don't know how I'm going to use this planner. I already have my planning system set for 2026 for the most part, but I will say that because it is a horizontal, I think I'll be able to find a use for it, even if I just journal in it, because I do use horizontals for journaling. And also at the price point, I paid $14. If I only use the cover, which I for sure will use the cover, this is probably going to be my spring cover. If I only use the cover and the discs and the dividers, then I've got my $14 worth. So I felt confident buying this planner for that reason. Let's do a quick flip through. Absolutely love this. It is a horizontal layout. What's new for me, I think this is new, they included this plastic kind of bookmark type thing. The last time I bought an Office Depot planner, they didn't really include that. So that's nice. And then you generally always get, I believe, I've gotten 3 before, but 2 or 3 pages of stickers that usually correspond with the design of the planner. So I do like these. I rarely use these, I realize, but I do like them. And then you just kind of go into your annual, and then your perpetual, which I guess this isn't a perpetual calendar, but and then because the October Happy Planner, the Office Depot Happy Planner planners, they always come with like this 3 months before the year begins of just monthlies. So we have October, November, and December. This is really good. I love that. And then you have a currently page, I guess. I don't use those, so I don't know. But let's look at some of these dividers. This January divider, it's just, oh, the colors in this just blew me away. I loved it. But you get the monthly, and then you have a horizontal layout. This is dated. And it's just like every other horizontal layout. And so let's just look at the dividers really quick. Look how beautiful this foil is. I am definitely going to use this planner. I don't know for what, but I love this. Be strong. You never know who you are inspiring. April. Love the here and now. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Wonderful days are ahead. It's a perfect day to start. Let life surprise you. Is this not really pretty? I love this. Make your own magic. Let life surprise you again. Rise and shine for October. It's always the right time for a fresh start for November. And then stay focused on your dreams for December. Lovely. And then they have a cardstock, like ending page, I guess. These are actually really great to use underneath vellum or transparent overlays. But I love this. This was on sale at Office Depot for $14.99. Regular price is a good price. If you can't catch it on sale, $19.99 is the regular price. I absolutely love this. I am going to figure out a way to use this. I wish I could use it for the entire year. So I may do some type of journaling or something in here, but this is beautiful to me. Love it. Okay, so this is all I picked up on from Office Depot. The next few things I picked up from various places. So let's start with, let's just get this out the way because this is super simple. I picked up some more laminating pouches. You guys know that I make my own covers and things like that, and so this is just supplies. The reason I'm showing you this is that because this seems like really boring. Like, why are you showing us this? Because a lot of people do ask, what do you use? What type of paper do you use? What type of laminating sheets do you use? How much do they cost? I get a set of 25 5mm letter size laminating pouches for $10. And that's a really good price. And I get that from Target. And this is what I use to make my covers. And so, yeah, that's what I use. One pouch will last me a year and a half, if I'm being honest with you. So you got to think $10, I can make, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 12 covers. And so to me, it's worth the cost to invest in laminating if you already have the other materials. So yeah, so this is where I get my laminating pouches. 5mm is fairly substantial. The average that you will see is 3mm, because most affordable laminators kind of stop at 3mm thickness. But you can definitely find 5mm thickness. I have a 5mm laminator. I got it from Walmart. I paid $17 for it, which is an amazing price. Is it the best on the market? No, but it fit the budget. It fit the budget, okay? So I do my 5mm with my 5mm laminator, and it works. So that's where I got that. While we are talking about kind of laminating and vellum and things like that, you also know that I use vellum a lot in my planners. That's a new kind of approach for me. So I print vellum. I buy vellum paper, which is very affordable, and I do print my own vellum. But on my regular home printer, I can't really print white things. I don't do embossing. My printer is not an embosser. So if I want something that is white on vellum, I generally have to buy it. So I went to Michael's. They had a great sale where their Recollections paper packs were 40% off. I usually don't buy Recollections because I think they're overpriced. I generally buy Craftsmith paper packs for $4.99, but Craftsmith doesn't have the vellum. So I got this for $11. There are 20 sheets and they are all vellum. It's going to be kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can use a little page in the back so that you can kind of see the vellum, right? It's kind of hard to see. But each of these pages, I think there are 2, and they are winter themed. So I will just use these in my winter setups. So starting in December, probably all the way through February, I will use these throughout my planners as my vellum sheets. And so I think I paid $11 for this whole pack. That's a pretty good deal for 20 pieces of vellum that I will use for the next 3 months. And because like I said, my printer can't emboss on vellum. I can print ink, but I mean, it doesn't print white ink. A home printer doesn't have white ink in it. So since we're getting into, you know, the frosty season, having that white, you know, these white snowflakes and things like that, that's really pretty vellum, and this is really the only way that I can use it. So that's what this pack is. And like I said, it's 20 sheets in here. This one is really pretty. It says let it snow down here. I can't wait to use that. But that is definitely for my planner setups. Okay, so that is what I got from Michaels. Let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff I got from Amazon. We're going to talk about some supplies, okay? And I know this, again, this seems really boring, but people do ask, so I want to share. The paper that I use to print my inserts, you guys know I print a lot of inserts, and I've said before I use premium 32-pound paper. Bright white. I love bright white paper. I don't want dull paper. I don't want gray paper. I don't want yellow paper. I want bright white paper. And I am sharing because I have tried many different types of paper. And to me, this is the brightest white that I have found. It is great quality. It is not the cheapest paper though. When I buy it a ream. A ream is 500 pages. This is really heavy because it's 32 pounds. Each page is a 32-pound weight. But yeah, it is very thick. I think I pay, depending on the prices at Amazon, anywhere from $18 to $20 per pack. I would say typically in a year, with all the planners that I make, I go through, and all the inserts and changes that I make, I go through about a pack and a half of paper for my planner inserts in a year. So this year I've gone through a whole lot because I did a whole lot of changing the beginning of October, but generally I go through like a pack and a half. So this is the paper that I use, HP Premium 32-pound bright white paper. Okay, I got that from Amazon. Another supply that I got from Amazon is a Tombow glue tape. Now I'm gonna tell you, I am not necessarily a fan of Tombow. Okay, I think it's overpriced. I think you can find glue tape runners for half the price and they work just as well, and that's what I typically buy. A quarter of the price, okay, and they work just as well. The reason I had to buy this expensive Tombow is that I went to Michaels and I was trying to be cheap because I'm always trying to be cheap. And I was trying to be cheap and I saw this set and it was the best price in Michaels. You know, Michaels is high anyway, so it wasn't even a good price. It was just the best price in Michaels. I think I paid like $11 or $12 for these three. And I thought, okay, I can get 3 for $12. Let me go ahead and get this. I brought it home. And they actually were refills. They weren't the actual, you know, full tape runner. So they're refills, right? And I did not have a Tombow container or whatever because I don't use Tombow because it's too expensive. But I didn't want to take these back, and I already bought it, and I used my $5 off coupon, so I kept them, and I said, you know what, I'll just buy, since I have these 3 refills, I'll just buy 1 Tombow from Amazon, and then once I'll use that until I use it up. So that's what I got. The reason you're seeing a lot of supplies is that we're going to stay with Amazon, by the way, for a minute. Let's see what else. Oh, I have 2 more planners to show you. Yay! Okay. The reason you are seeing a lot of supplies is that this year I have bought more supplies than actual planners, and that's because I make my planners, I make my inserts, and I have saved a lot of money doing that, and I'm very, very pleased and satisfied with that. And so I like to show you the supplies because you may save money too. So yeah, that's why you see me buy a lot of supplies. Okay, so Amazon. I will save this one for after the planners. I bought a notebook, a STALOGY, I don't know, however you say it, from Amazon. This is for my work not planning, but it's my work notebook. Yeah, it's my work notebook. And I bought a cover. This is A5, and I bought an A5 cover. So I've mentioned this in a couple of my other haul videos, but for my work notebook, not planner, the notebook that I keep on my work desk, that I put in my work bag when I go into the office, when I have group and team meetings, that I take out and I take notes in that notebook, that is the workbook that I'm talking about now. And I was using a Kenbor, which is a Hobonichi knockoff, for all of 2025. I loved it. What's important to me is that the pages in these notebooks have to be pretty much blank. I don't mind if the date is there, but I don't need structure here. This is just for me taking notes. And the pages need to be thin because I need to have enough pages in the book that the book lasts the entire year. I don't want to use 2 or 3 different books for the year. So the Kenbor worked perfectly. I had a little bit of a problem getting the Kenbor coming into the 4th quarter for 2026. I buy them from AliExpress. That's the only place you can get them. And I don't know what it was, but they weren't shipping it to me. So I was looking for something else. And I have a couple of different options. This is one of the options. And I think I really like this. So this is a STALOGY. It is a 365 A5. It is a notebook, so it is completely plain from the front to the back. There is nothing here. This is a very light dot grid. You probably cannot even see it on this camera, but this is a lovely, lovely notebook. I love the way this feels. This cost me $17, which is not bad. The Kenbor from AliExpress, when I was trying to buy it, was $19. So this is cheaper than that, which is great. I also bought a cover to go with it. This is an A5. A lot of people buy Moterm covers. I can't afford that, so this is just a fake leather cover, but it feels amazing. Maybe vegan leather. I won't call it fake. But it goes with the A5, and this would be a beautiful notebook for work, right? So I am actually really in love with this. The cover, I paid $18 for, and it did come with this lovely little case. So I like it. As an update to the Kenbor, I was able to order the Kenbor. It should be here in a couple weeks. So I will have a decision to make when I get the Kenbor. Let me make some room so I can move this out the way. I will have a decision to make when I get the Kenbor. I'll have to decide if I'm going to use the Kenbor or if I'm going to use the STALOGY. Okay, from Amazon, I did buy some Pandafly gel pens. I learned about these gel pens from my adult coloring community because we do use gel pens in adult coloring for a lot of reasons. So sometimes if you go to another community, you look at tools that are used for other purposes, you can find really great tools for your planning, and that's what this is. So you actually get 10 in a box. I only have 5 here because I split these with my mom, because my mom does decorative journaling as well, and that's a hobby that we share. I can talk about that for days. I love the fact that we have reconnected and share hobbies. That's just one of the highlights of my life at this age, but that's a conversation for another video. But in my adult coloring community, I ran across these gel pens, and guys, they are lovely, especially the white. This is so much better than those jelly rolls. It is so much better, and they are so much more affordable. I got 10 for $7, and I think it came with, I want to say, 6 white gel pens. I gave 3 to my mom, 2 gold gel pens. I gave 1 to my mom. I use the gold gel pens in my reading planners to do my stars.
I'm not doing a full test. I might do a pen test later, but I'm just kind of showing you how nice they are. These are so nice. I will link all this stuff down below. But, and then I don't know what I use silver for, but it came with silver. So, you know, you might as well take it. But, these are some of the best gel pens I have ever run across, especially the white. And I have some pretty expensive gel pens. You know, I have to say, where people use that jelly roll to like white out lines and stuff, I've never been able to successfully do that. It's always been a mess for me, and this is such a game changer. So, okay, I wanted to share that with you. Let's see what else. I'm saving the non-planning stuff to the end. Okay, from Target, like I said, I'm kind of all over the place. Target right now they have some clearance items, and you kind of have to look for them. Make sure you're looking on end caps. But they have their wet erase and dry erase 4-count pack, 2 of each, 2 wet erase and 2 dry erase in different colors. And they are as low as $1.20, $1.40, something like that. They're really affordable right now. And you just need to look for these on the end caps because they are on clearance. Target actually still has some school supply stuff that they're putting on clearance, and it's kind of hidden. So check it out. Go to Target, check their end caps around their stationery, and if you find these, they have different colors. I picked up the blue. I may go back and pick up another color. If you find these, they are an amazing, amazing price. Wet erase is really good to use on dashboards in your planners. If you have like a laminated dashboard or something like that, or a bookmark, something that's laminated that you write on. A lot of people use them if they plan in Erin Condren and stuff like that, because Erin Condren always has a dashboard typically on the inside of her planner covers. So this is a good buy. Check this out at Target. Okay, so a couple more planning supplies. Like I said, I'm bouncing all over the place with stores. But I want to show you all the planning supply stuff first. Okay, so these are random stores that I'm about to show you. Jot. We all know Jot is from the Dollar Tree. I don't go to the Dollar Tree much anymore because I'm still mad that they increased prices. I still want my stuff to be $1. I was okay with $1.25, but I am not okay with anything more with it than that. But sometimes you do have to go to the Dollar Tree just for basic stuff, okay? So when I went this last time, I always go to the stationery area, always, just to see if they have anything good. Like I ran across those zebra pens that time. And I found this little sticky note pack. Now, I generally do like Dollar Tree sticky notes. I think their Jot brand is a pretty decent brand for sticky notes, and you actually get a lot. It's a pretty thick pack for $1.25. It's worth the cost. Most of the time, their sets, especially the bigger sets that are paper, I don't feel like they're worth the cost. I've never been able to get those to stick to anything but themselves. But I did run across this set of transparent sticky notes. I think they're transparent. And so I do like to get my transparent sticky notes from the Dollar Tree. That is still a good deal, and they usually stick. I don't think all of these are transparent. Like I think this tab is transparent. So I like to get tabs and use the tabs in my planners, in my reading, in my devotionals. And this is just a really great way to get them for $1.25. I can't say how well the paper ones stick. Like I said, usually they don't stick that well. That looks okay. But I thought this was a really lovely pack for $1.25. So I wanted to show that to you. Like I said, nothing too drastic. Now I have a set of washi I got for $1 at Ollie's. And I just got this silver washi because I thought it would be great to use for holiday decorating. I also picked up this packing tape, and I think I'll use it in my planner somewhere. Maybe not now because of the color, but it is packing tape. And I thought it was really nice. It's just decorative, and who knows how I can use it. But it was only 99 cents, so I bought it. It's like a big washi, right? It's like a big washi. Okay, let's look at a couple of things that are non-planning related. So, or kind of non-planning related. I got this journal. I actually got this as a Christmas gift for my niece. $5.97 at Walmart. And it is lovely, you guys. I think it has like 365 pages in here. It's a thick journal. And so my niece is 14. And I thought this would be really appropriate for her. So this will be one of her Christmas gifts, but I wanted to show it to you because it's a journal and we love journals and planners and all of that. And I said earlier that I don't like yellow paper. I do like yellow paper sometimes. I don't like it in my planner, but I like it when it's like a specialty thing. So this is kind of giving like vintagey, antique-y feel. And so I think the yellow paper is very appropriate for that. I thought this was so lovely. If you have a young girl that you're trying to get a gift for, or even just for yourself, consider this, you guys. It was so affordable and I can't wait to put this in her Christmas pack. So that is for her. So that's a little bit of a Christmas gift. I also picked up from Walmart. So now we're getting again into the non-planning stuff. I picked up from Walmart an adult coloring book for people who love books. That is me, if you didn't know. And so I'm not going to flip through all of this because you may not be interested in adult coloring, but all of these images are book and reading themed, and I am just so pleased to have found this. This was about $12. And then two more non-planning items. They are adult coloring books as well, although you wouldn't think so by looking at this. But these are bold and easy, cute and comfy coloring books. I got this at Books A Million for a really good price. These are about $10 on Amazon, and so I got it for $5.97 at Books A Million. Love it. And it's all Christmas themed. The whole concept between bold and easy is that these books are the images in here are easy to color. The line drawing is really nice and bold so that it's more difficult to go outside of the line. If you're an artist, this would drive you crazy. I'm not an artist, I'm not a colorist, but I like to color to relax. Along those lines, I also bought a patterns book. And this is to kind of help with my coloring skills. And so this just has, it's kind of like an instructional book to practice your coloring skills. I got this from Amazon. So I love that. I also, the last two items, I know this has been long, you guys, the last two items I got from Ollie's. So I got an artist journal for my other niece. I have three nieces, 14, 16, and I think 10. So my 16-year-old niece is an artist. She draws, she paints. I mean, she's a real artist. And so I got her, instead of a journal, I got her just an artist notebook. And this will go into her Christmas set. But this is a great gift for anybody who likes to doodle, draw, sketch, whatever. And it is a lovely, lovely brand. The reason I picked this up is that the size is amazing. Usually in artist notebooks, they're bigger and they can be a little bit more difficult to carry around. So since my niece is still in school and I just wanted something more portable for her. So this smaller size, I don't see these as frequently, and it was great to run across it, and the cost was amazing. And then the other thing I got from Ollie's is another adult coloring book. You see, this is why my hobby expense is so high, y'all. But in my budgeting. But I love this one because it is a 1 Year Wiser coloring book. And these pages are motivational, and you are intended to color one page per week, and the weeks are numbered. And you just color whatever is there for that week, and it has like a motivational quote, and you just color it however you feel like you need to color it. And so I really loved this, and the cost was great at $3.99. What I will say about Ollie's is that whenever I do an Ollie's haul, Guys, please keep in mind that every Ollie's is slightly different. So I don't show a ton of stuff from Ollie's, but you can find these things if your Ollie's have them. So please don't get disappointed if you go and you don't see them. I will say about books, Ollie's is pretty good about most Ollie's having the same books. Now, the question is, when will they put those books out? Because they probably have similar books in the back and they're not out if you don't see them. But they may be put out on the shelf the next week or 2 weeks later or whatever. So just keep that in mind when you are, shopping at Ollie's. So, yeah, that's what I have, you guys. So a wide variety of hauls for this time, right? And that's about it. I will say to you, thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that as you go into the season and you're buying different things, that keep in mind I show these to you so that you can get really good deals, and you can see what deals are out there, and always stay within your budget and what you really need, and what you really want versus what I need and what I want. So keep that in mind when you watch these hauls. But other than that, I hope you guys have a happy week planning. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys find some amazing deals. Thanks for watching.